Hi everyone, this is Mike, and I finally have something to talk about, a thought that I wanted to share. So I figured I'd finally make a video. I'm going to comment on the possible upgrades coming to this generation. Now, I've made a video on this before. I'm not a fan of mid-console upgrades. I think it defeats the purpose of having a console, and it also is just going to hurt people's wallets more. People are going to be paying a lot more money if this succeeds. And that's why I'm thinking, console gaming is going to be becoming a lot more expensive for those who want to have all the systems, for those who want to keep up with the times. It's going to be a lot harder to do. And I think the reason for this is because, I think I said this before, but we're paying the price for the longevity of 7th gen. We're playing catch-up now. It's come back to, and the longevity of the longevity of next gen, and the ease that we've had with that, and the enjoyment and the extension, it's coming back to bite us now. And again, I attribute the longevity of 7th gen to the recession, as well as the cell being difficult to program for, because they didn't figure out the cell really until 2009. Anyway, we know that. The rumor mill is that Sony is putting out a more powerful PS4, Microsoft is supposed to be putting out an even more powerful Xbox One, and Nintendo is putting out a 9th gen system. Here's my advice. Here's what I want to see happen. Since the Scorpio isn't supposed to come out till next year, I know that 4 years is 1 year too short. I want to go back to I want us to go back to a 5-year life cycle. And 4 is a little too short. However, the Super Nintendo only lasted 4 years before the PlayStation 1 hit the market, and the original Xbox is only 4 years old when the 360 hit the market. So, here's what I want Microsoft to do. You should make the Scorpio the 9th gen Xbox. That's right. Make it the 9th generation console. Nintendo is putting out their 9th gen system. You need to get rid of the stigma surrounding the Xbox One, so you need to ditch that name, ditch that stigma, because it's not doing you any favors at all. So you can do that. And also, if you put out if you make the Scorpio your 9th gen console, and Nintendo puts out their 9th gen console, Sony will be dead in the water with their incremental upgrade. That idea will fall apart so fast, and that's what I want to see happen. I do not want to see multiple iterations of hardware graphic upgrades within a generation. I don't think we need to continue the longevity of the 7th gen. I don't think that should be the standard from now on. I think we simply just need to go back to 5 years. But I don't want to upgrade every 2 to 3 years. Because guess what I'll do? If that becomes standard, if there's like a half-cycle console upgrade within a generation, let's say you have to upgrade every 2 to 3 years, because there's a console upgrade, one console upgrade within a generation, I'll just wait until the halfway point, then get the console, and then I get my 5 years. So, Microsoft, don't make the Scorpio an upgraded Xbox One. You should make it backwards compatible with Xbox One, absolutely. But make it your next-gen console. Start the 9th generation, and you'll leave Sony dead in the water, embarrassing themselves for trying to do this stupid mid-cycle upgrade, which is going to really hurt the wallet of gamers. And really kill the reason for having a console in the first place. So, no mid-cycle upgrades. Start the 9th generation next year, and Sony will have to ditch this crappy idea and make the PS5. And by that point, it will be 5 years. So, we just need to get back to I know this generation has been underpowered, and that's a result of the longevity of 7th gen, and I made a video on that. But let's just go back to 5 years. Half a decade is right. That's what we need to. We just need to go back to that, and console gaming should be okay at that point. I hope we do that. Microsoft, next year, Scorpio, 9th gen Xbox, not an upgraded Xbox, not an upgraded Xbox One, a real generational leap so that we can get back to our 4 to 5 to 6 year console life cycle. That way we won't have to upgrade every 2 to 3 years, because that's just too much. And all you guys are talking about phones. First of all, I despise the whole iPhone generation and the iPod, and Apple has really hurt our culture, and I can do a whole separate video on that. But these aren't phones; these are consoles. And phones, oftentimes you don't even have to buy the phone; you just get a payment plan. Are we going to have payment plans for consoles? I don't think so. So, and the thing is I don't want to have my console, when I get it, like 2 to 3 years later, already be, left behind. And honestly, the whole idea of having 2 different modes is not going to happen. That might happen within the first year, but eventually it's going to go away. Because whenever a company has said, I'll use Nintendo as an example. Remember when the Super Nintendo came out, they said the NES is going to live beside it? How did that turn out? Same thing with the DS. They thought it was going to coexist with the Game Boy Advance. No, it never does. Developers are going to want to keep pushing the envelope, continuing to get better, and they're not going to allow themselves to be held back by outdated hardware. So, your PS4, if the PS4 Neo becomes a success, your current PS4 will be in its twilight right now. If they put out the PS4.5 this year, your PS4 is already in its twilight years. At the point where it's supposed to be in its peak. Because this should be the halfway point. This is when we should be getting the Slims and have the consoles be $299 or less, that type of thing. So yeah, Xbox Scorpio, 9th generation. Just put that out next year with when the NX puts out theirs, Nintendo's NX. And I guarantee you, this mid-console crap won't happen. And we will go back to a 5-year generation, approximately, and we'll just start the next generation just a year early. We'll do what we have to stop this mid-cycle upgrade idea, so that consoles can continue to have relevance and continue to be a viable part in gaming. Because what I see happening, and what could happen if mid-cycle upgrades, which could happen, succeed, is consoles and PCs aren't going to be different anymore. And we've seen a gradual shift towards that ever since the original Xbox. Hard drives, eventually updates online, that type of thing. Anyways, those are my thoughts. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. My food is burning. Bye.